Guys, I have recently got this book called the Bible Story Handbook, and it has a resource for teaching 175 stories from the Bible. I teach kids kindergarten through second grade at my church here, and this was recommended to me by a professor that teaches children's ministry classes. So let me just give you an overview of what this is going to be like. So first of all, in the front, you've got the 175 stories. At first I was like unsure of how they were going to be found, if I had to know the exact title. You just have to know where it's found in the Bible. So if you know that a story is found in, say, Genesis chapter 22, you're going to go chronologically until you find Genesis chapter 22 and be like, oh yeah, the sacrifice of Isaac, it is in here. So I didn't know, at first, if it was going to be called Abraham sacrifices Isaac or whatever, and it's not alphabetical like that. It's found chronologically in the Bible. So the story, for example, that I am going to be teaching on Sunday, in my lesson, it calls it A Roman Commander Has Faith, but I needed to know where that particular story is found in the Bible, and in this situation it's found in Matthew 8, 5 through 13. So I found it. It is also found in Luke 7, 1 through 10. So I could cross-reference it either way, and it's going to go chronologically. And here it's called the centurion's servant. So it's going to break this down for me. I could write a lesson on this, or I could use this just as a teaching tool for me and making sure that I drive home those key things that need to be taught and what could be confusing about this. So it'll have the lesson focus. So for example, the first focus here is Jesus has authority. Jesus has the power to heal. Jesus is responsive to the faith of the people that he encountered. Then it gives me lesson application. So it says, we have faith in the authority of Jesus to do what he says he will do. We believe that Jesus has the power to heal. So it makes that into an application. It's going to give me some biblical context of this particular story, and then it's going to give me some interpretational issues in the story. It gives some of those. So for example, here I've underlined this one. The faith of the centurion is expressed in his recognition that Jesus needed no such elements to exercise his authority. So we don't want to limit Jesus in his power. It's going to give me the background information, like where this took place, what the world might be like at that time, how many people were in the area, things such as this. Mistakes to avoid, and I thought this was really good. It pointed out that the centurion is not a role model, but he is an illustration. The importance of the centurion's faith can get lost if we make the story about asking Jesus for help. So it says, we want to encourage students to have faith in the same way that the centurion had faith. It is our goal to respond appropriately to Jesus rather than to be like someone who responded appropriately. So I think that is an important mistake that we can't avoid. But I do think that this is very helpful. And while every story is not covered, 175 are. So that's a pretty good odds if you do children's ministry. This could also be very helpful for parents at home as well.